Welcome to Purple Magnolia Cottage. I am Bree, and this is my new channel. We are a two-mum family living with our beautiful son in suburban Wellington, New Zealand. Right now we're at the very end of winter down here in Aotearoa, and it sort of seems like spring is trying to make an appearance, but the winter days are still not loosening their grip. And, well, it seems fitting that this is the time to start something new. There is something about this time of year, the end of winter, but the not quite yet spring, that makes me want to slow down and reconnect with a more gentle rhythm to my days. Of course, in my busy working life, that's hard to do, but finding little moments where I can make things by hand lately has been really lovely. Lately, I have picked up my knitting again. Knitting cotton dishcloths is something I've always loved. It's just so simple and satisfyingly quick. And there's something nice about taking the time to hand make something so seemingly mundane. Of course, my stash of cotton dishcloths has grown rather exponentially, so perhaps it's time to try something else. I've been trying to spend more time outside, and a few days of good weather has helped. The lavender and rosemary bushes outside our bedroom window have grown out over the path, and so I spent a good few hours today cutting them back. I've salvaged the lavender heads and most of the rosemary that I cut. Some I've bundled for drying, but I still have such an abundance to work out what to do with. The pile of remaining branches has been set aside to dry, and in coming weeks we'll burn it in our fire pit. Something I know will smell beautiful and my son will love. Making more of an effort to be out in the garden is waking me up to all the little subtle shifts that happen at this time of not quite spring. The daphne is blooming and the first camellia buds are beginning to open, and I even found a couple of daffodils and the first buds on the strawberry plants. The rosemary too is in full bloom and particularly abundant. The bees are out enjoying the lavender, and the spring winds, when they come, which is often, are wild and intense, but on still days you can definitely feel the first hints of warmth, even though the air is still cool. The pines in our local area have lit their candles, and there is pollen everywhere. We started thinking about spring seeds today, as we've passed the last chance of frost and the ground will soon be warm enough for seedlings. I'm looking forward to trying black Roma tomatoes, a small pickling cucumber, and some fennel, as well as the many other vegetables my wife plants each year. Our section is classed as a high wind zone, and so it can be difficult to grow things, though the windbreaks we planted when we first moved in are finally starting to get tall enough to make a difference. Connecting with the garden again and just spending time out in the yard and playing with my son has been really grounding lately. It's no question that the world we're living in at the moment is difficult, and there are so many circumstances this year that are things we couldn't have imagined less than 12 months ago. But It's been so important to me lately just to find ways to notice the little moments that make my day better. And making this video and starting this channel is kind of a way for me to do that and to share it. I'm not quite sure what this channel will become. In some ways it's all kind of just a grand experiment, and there's something kind of delicious about that openness and that sense of possibility. I'm really looking forward to sharing more of my life and more of my journey with you, and I hope that you've enjoyed the small glimpse you've seen here. I also have a blog which I will link below, and you can find me on Instagram too. If you'd like to see more of my journey as it unfolds, in whatever way that looks, please subscribe.